Good day, students. In today's class, we're going to be looking at a new report. If you remember well, yesterday we looked at a report about an accident, a mining accident. And in today's class, we're going to be looking at a different kind of a report. It's a more political sort of a report. And as the title says, the report is about the budget session. Okay. Now, budget session from February 21st. There's a lot that is revealed right in the title itself. It says that the session is going to start on the 21st of Feb. Okay. Now, before we dive into the lesson and see what this report is all about, I just want you to focus on the word budget, and I want you to understand what we really mean by the word budget here. Now, I'm sure most of your families will have this system of planning. Okay. Now, how does this work? I'm sure every month, your parents sit down together and they see how much of income or how much of money they have for that particular month. Okay. And while they look at how much of money they have, I'm sure they also think of the different areas in which they have expenditures. For example, they may have to spend money for your education, or they may have to spend money for food, or they may have to spend money for medicines, or they may have to spend money for any other reasons. Okay. So what they do is they look at how much money they have, and accordingly they distribute money in all these different areas. All right. So that is a budget. That is the kind of a plan, a financial plan that most households would do. Okay. Now it is the same with the country. Okay. The country has so many different areas in which it needs to spend money. Okay. And it can't simply go on like that. They need proper planning, and it has got to be executed very systematically as well. All right. So that is why we need the budget session. Okay. Now the budget session usually takes place in the month of Feb, and it gets over in the month of May. This happens every single year. Okay. And the Parliament of India has three different sessions. It is the budget session, which is the first session. The second session is the monsoon session, and the third is the winter session. So there are three different sessions, but the budget session is the most important one, and it is the first session of the Parliament. All right. So let's dive in. Let's see what this lesson is all about. The first paragraph says, the budget session of Parliament has been summoned to meet on February 21st with indications that the Union General Budget for 1994-1995 will be presented on February 28th as in the past. Okay, there are two things here. First, we are told that the budget session of the Parliament has been summoned to meet, has been called, or has been ordered to meet, okay, on February 21st. Now this same information has already been revealed to us in the title. All right, so that is one bit here. Now the second part here, with indications that the Union General Budget for 1994-1995 will be presented on February 28th as in the past. Okay, so with indication means that they are guessing. It's not something that they're sure of, but looking at the pattern and looking at how things have always happened in the past. Okay, they are saying that this particular year it looks like the Union General Budget or the financial plan for the year or for the financial year 1994-1995 will be presented on February 28th, because that is the usual pattern. That is how it is. It has happened in the past. Okay. Now, when I talk about the general budget for the year the Union General Budget for the year 1994-1995, it clearly tells you that this newspaper report was written in the year 1994. Okay, because when we plan the budget, it is usually for the financial year of this particular year, and it goes on to the next year. I'll give you an example. Say, for example, we have the budget session that took place in the year 2020, that is this year. Okay, that means the budget that was released was for the year April 2020 to, that is 1st of April 2020 to the 31st of March 2021. Okay, that is how the budget is presented, because they go by financial year, and the financial year begins on the 1st of April of a particular year and ends on the 31st of March of the next year. Okay, so we know one thing for sure, that this report was written in the year 1994, and it is about the budget for the year 1994 to 1995 for that particular financial year. All right, and that budget obviously will be presented on 28th of February. That is the first paragraph. We now move on to the second paragraph. It says here, an official announcement from both houses said, subject to exigencies of government business, the session was likely to conclude on May 13th with a month-long break in between to enable the departmentally related standing committees to consider the demands for grants of various ministries and present their reports to the Parliament. Okay, now and here what we have is an official announcement, and the official announcement comes from both the houses, that is the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, both the houses of the Parliament. And what does this official announcement have to tell us? It says that subject to exigencies, that means depending on the exigencies, means the needs, okay, or the necessities. All right, so depending on the necessities of government business, so depending on the amount of work, if there is more work, okay, the session was likely to conclude, or the session was likely to get over on May 13th. Okay, so what it means is that if everything goes as planned, it is likely to get over on May 13th. But if there's more work, that is subject to exigencies, if there's more work, then the date can be a later date. Maybe it will get over by May 20th. Okay, if there is lesser work, which is hardly the case, but let's just say if there's lesser work, then it will get over earlier, maybe by May 10th. Okay, but roughly they can say, this report tells us at least, that according to the official announcement, roughly the budget session should get over or should conclude on the 13th of May. Okay, and the next part of this paragraph, with a month-long break in between, okay, to enable the departmentally related standing committees to consider the demands for grants of various ministries and present their reports to Parliament. Now, there's a little bit of explanation that I need to do here. Okay, so it says here a month-long break, which means that from the 21st of Feb to the 13th of May, there's going to be a 1 month long break in between. Okay, and why do we have this 1 month long break? Okay, it is to enable or to allow the departmentally related standing committees. Now, departmentally related standing committees are also called DRSCs. And what are these DRSCs? These DRSCs are basically, a fixed kind of a committee that the Parliament has. Okay, and these committees, they help with the working of the Parliament. They help with any kind of work that the Parliament needs, any kind of activities that the Parliament requires to to conduct. These committees help with those kind of activities. Okay, so these are, like I said, these are more permanent in nature. There is also something called as ad hoc committees that are temporary in nature. Okay, and these departmentally related standing committees are actually made up of members of the Parliament itself, members of both the houses of the Parliament. Okay, so it simply says that the 1 month long break is for these committees to consider, okay, the demands for grants of various ministries and present their reports to the Parliament. Now, consider, it can mean to study. The demands for grants of various ministries simply means, now, if you remember right, we have the union budget which is likely rather to be presented on the 28th of February. Okay, now the finance minister, we know, is the one who usually presents the union budget. Now, the finance minister on his own or her own cannot decide the entire financial plan of the country. Okay, so what the finance minister does is the finance minister asks all the states, all the different ministries, like the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Health, so many different ministries that we have all across the country. The finance minister asks them for their demands. What demands do they have? What are some of the areas in which they need money? Okay, and the finance minister collects all of this information from all the ministries that are there. Okay, and it combines it together. Then rather he or she combines this information together. Then the finance minister consults some experts. Okay, and based on the consultation with a few experts, the finance minister and their team finally prepare the union general budget. Okay, so you must understand that the demands for grants are already in the union budget. Okay, so this 1 month long break that we have is basically for the standing committees, okay, the departmentally related standing committees of the parliament to study these demands that were already put by the different ministries, okay, in the union budget, okay, and present their reports to the parliament. So when we, when the budget is formed, it is not simply that, it is just formed and it simply gets passed and money is simply given to all these ministries. They've got to be studied. Okay, so these committees basically need that 1 month long break in between the session to study and to see, does the education ministry really require so much of money, or does the defense ministry really require so much of money? They've got to study all these things. All right, so only after they study, they will write a report. Okay, so in their report they will say, okay, we feel that the education ministry requires so much, so much of money. Okay, or the defense ministry does require so much of money. Okay, there is no need for, or whatever it is, depending on whatever they feel, whatever they have studied, they decide on, their report. Their report is prepared, and after that 1 month long break, the report is submitted to the parliament. Okay, and after the report is submitted to the parliament, the members will vote. The members of the parliament will vote, and accordingly the decision will be passed whether so much money should be spent on so and so ministry or not, or how much should be spent. All of that is discussed and then voted on, and that is how the money comes to the ministries. All right, so this 1 month break is very important because they really need to study whether the demands are valid enough or not. Okay, just because of that. And in the last paragraph, we have the session will open with the customary president's address to the joint sitting of both houses. Okay, so the session, that is the budget session, will open or will start with the customary president's address. That means, as every year there is the president's address, this year, that is in the year 1994, also there's going to be a president's address, the usual pattern. The president will address it, and the president will address both the houses of the parliament, that is the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Okay, so that is how it is going to start on the 21st of February. All right, so if you see that this, if you go through this particular report, you will see that it is a very detailed report about the happenings about the budget session. They've given us enough of information to have an idea when the session is going to start, when it is going to end. Okay, why there's going to be a 1 month break, and who will address the first session or the first day of the session. All right, so it's a very short but very informative report on the budget session that was to be conducted in the year 1994. That is all for today's class. Thank you.